What's up, you guys? It's the Authentic Empress. I know I've been gone for a minute, but you got hustle culture. Okay. All right, so Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so the energy right now is about your investments, okay? Something paying off for you, or this is about payout energy, okay? But this hustle culture, this is talking about I don't know why I'm hearing hustling backwards. So this could either be, I feel like this is pertaining to people who have been hustling backwards and people who have genuinely been hustling with a purpose, or your hustle paying off for you because of um, the genuinity of your hustle. Okay. Your compassion, your good character, your integrity. So there's some positive payouts for those of you who hustle with integrity, or whatever you've been investing in, or however you've been investing in others, what you do to invest in yourself. So this could be for work, okay? This could just be how you show up, okay? How responsible are you with your life, okay? With your presence, your soul, your energy, and how's that paying off for you? And for people who have been abusing their energy, okay, regardless of what it looked like, regardless of what it seemed like they had, yeah, you got the hangman energy here and fun employed. Um, this is kind of making me think about that screamer, the Shade Frost. Okay, how in a way, like you can say, he would be an example of hustling backwards. For the simple fact that he's been making money, he's been gaining income, going viral, he did all that. However, the foundation of what he's been doing, there's some toxicity embedded in that, and it's like everything that's been done in the dark is coming to the light, or the real payouts from God is what's being handed out. Okay, so it's even given like this energy of people receiving payouts like from demonic energy or demonic payouts, but God still has to give, or deal those cards too, or give the ultimate payout. Okay, and that's the energy right now. Throwback and thirst trap. So this is given like people getting caught up in their own snares. Okay, this is what's coming to the light right now. And then you got two of thoughts, two of swords. Okay, to be honest, this is not responding to that comment, but you got, to be honest, I don't know, okay, is the current energy right now. So this could be people discussing you, okay, what's benefiting for you, okay, what you're reaping, or how you're figuring something out. How are you working something out? Or, you know, um, how is something, you got generational wealth, confirmation. This could be people discussing your investments, okay? Um, or something about your path, or you finding a way. Like this is given like there was intentional actions taken so that you wouldn't be able to find your way out of something. But this is given that finding a way out of no way energy. These are people who are competing with you. Um, you see all these different games in this card of the throwback energy, Six of Cups. So there's some people from your past that's in their feelings, or some people who feel like they were left behind, or people that you left behind. I did pull the Eight of Cups earlier. Okay, so there's some of you guys who are in like, there's a lot of double energy going on right now. Um, I pulled two Empresses back to back. Okay, with the Eight of Cups. So this is giving like you walking away or leaving something behind, like, and choosing to invest in yourself solely. It's, I don't know, it's like your energy is like, I don't know why this even making me think of like people who were trying to mirror you. Like there could have been a significant figure trying to mirror you, compete with you, go toe to toe with you. Heavy emphasis on it being one sided. Okay, and something about you being the originator or something, or you being in your own lane. Okay, yeah, so anybody that's been trying to compete with you, when you didn't volunteer for that, you didn't audition for that. Okay, that's not what you're into. Independent woman, confirmation. Queen of Swords. You're in this Queen of Swords energy. Okay. Blessed. I'm hearing that song extremely blessed. Okay. Nine of Cups. What I say about the double numbers? Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Anyway, so people who been trying to compete with you, go toe to toe, or copy you even, doppelganger energy. This is given like hustling backwards for whoever that is. This is given like that's an automatic loss. How could you win at somebody's like own lane? You get what I'm saying? Like this somebody who was supposed to genuinely be like focused on their own lane, on their own path, not doing things to appear or to prove a point, to the outside world, but like really be genuine and sincere about their growth, about their elevation, like about their leveling up, okay? And this level up is not even just financially, it's also logic, it's wisdom, it's understanding, it's uh, utilizing the death energy for your transformations, things about yourself that you need to transform, okay, that you need to heal from, that you need to transmute, opposed to projecting that death energy towards people whom you view as competition or people who you view as a problem on your path when that person is in their own lane. This is giving people who took energies that we all face, death energy, Five of Pentacles energy, Two of Swords energy, Three of Swords energy, Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands, energies that everybody faces. There's somebody who took that energy and they use it as a weapon towards people whom they were intimidated by, people whom they were enviously watching or envious of, okay? Like gossiping about, okay? Trying to eliminate the competition, so to speak, when that person whom they were projecting that energy to, they didn't realize that this is somebody who's been focusing on themselves and mastering their craft, mastering, okay, how to multitask with whatever is thrown on their path. Like, even if it's not their energy, it's the soul. So the foundation of, like we just mentioned, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, a heartbreak, okay, difficulty, challenges, trials, and tribulations. At the end of the day, like it's a trial, it's a tribulation, okay. So being someone who works on themselves continuously, okay, to master themselves in spite of trials and tribulations, things, happening that they may not deserve or they may not want to deal with. But that Aries energy, like you basically being given something, it's almost like somebody giving you a dead plant and you nurturing that plant to life. Like this makes me think about y'all, I can't remember if it's Joseph. It's okay, so it's the guy who was sold out by his brothers. Um, and he no, it's not that guy. No, 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 no. So the story of this person in the Bible, there was this decree that went around to kill all the boys, all the male children, and his mother basically put him out on the river. They found him. Oh, I'm trying not to confuse. I feel like I'm confused. I'm confusing these stories. Okay, I'm just gonna get to the part that I'm talking about. So the Pharaoh's wife hit on this guy, and he refused her, considering that she was already wed to somebody else. Okay. She accused him of sexually harassing her, okay, or assaulting her. So he got thrown into jail. And he grew a plant while he was inside these cemented walls. So this is the energy that I'm thinking of. Um, and y'all know eventually they needed him, okay, like towards the end of that movie. I'm thinking about the movie that was on him. It's a true biblical story, but I'm thinking about the movie. I can't think if that's King of Dreams or Prince of Egypt, but it's one of them. I think it's King of Dreams. It's King of Dreams for sure, because they needed him to discern a dream that they had. So even with dream interpretation, there's something significant about the astral realm. Okay, people trying to throw things, or almost like now I'm thinking about Chicken Little. I'm thinking about Chicken Little. Or y'all know that tactic that they use in baseball when they're like, "Hey, buddy, buddy, hey, buddy, buddy, hey, buddy, buddy, swing." Like when they're trying to throw you off, like trying to get you to miss, you know what I'm saying? Like while you're focused. So there's something about you just being like tunnel vision, focused on your path, focus on what it is that God wants you to do or that God has you doing. Like, period. Like you're somebody who could have been in that zone, been in that mode. Like, what is it that I should be doing that God is going to be proud of? Like, what's my purpose? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what feels most like me. Like, this is what I'm into. This is what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to invest in that. I'm going to do whatever I can, even if it's multi hats. I'm going to invest in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to invest, in something that's actually of use to God, and it also like it's pleasing to my soul. There's a song, there's this old hymn, it is well with my soul. Like that's what it's giving. Like it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well. So you're ghosting people? There's some people feeling ghosted. Okay, there's this energy about you facing people ghosting you. Okay, there's definitely this energy of people intentionally not supporting you. Okay, intentionally ghosting you. Feeling like this is a strong tactic. Okay, to stop you in your tracks or confuse you or kind of increase that energy of you being dismayed or what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, but the Empress, that was the outcome. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna transmute like the Empress does. Okay. Now there's this song I'm thinking about by K Camp, and the song is called "Something Out of Nothing." Now, what I like most about the song is the beat. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. The instrumental, but the name of the song is called. Basically, what he keeps repeating. It's like a mantra. Trying to make something out of nothing. Trying to make something out of nothing. Just a young nigga trying to make something out of nothing. Now I'm thinking about Johnny. Is it Johnny Cinco? I remember the days when I wasn't having no money. Turn a nickel to a dime, turn 50 to a honey. Back in them days, them bitches were acting real funny. Now I can get in and just get out the country. Like this is the energy that you guys have transitioned into, that you're continuously transitioning into. You got celebrity stylists, but it makes me think about celebrity status. And there's some people that's in their feels about it. Okay, like what the hell? My thing is, if the investment was to cause you heartbreak, was to cause you stagnation, was to cause you confusion, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, I'm help like riddle me why these people are confused that that's what's growing in their lives, that's what they're reaping instead. Riddle me that, when the intentions, the seeds that you were sowing, even in how you showed up in these situations with these toxic ass people, these people that switched up, or these people who were like hidden enemies as well, okay, or these people who was in your face, but you discerned, had the dreams, you picked up on the shady ass energy, them intentionally not giving when they could have. You know what I'm saying? Them intentionally trying to give a little to gain more from you or get you to give more, pour more. Here's the thing about God, okay? Regardless, you got the patriot. Oh my God. Here's the thing, the emperor. Here's the thing about God. I don't care if these people think they're pulling like some type of switcheroo on you. The fact that you're even pouring into somebody with genuine energy, with sincerity, you know what I'm saying, and this real love and this authentic. Simultaneously, that's you pouring. That's your investment. It's like a stock exchange or some shit. It's like it's when you invest in a stock. Let's say the stock that you're investing in, say it's a company, it's a person, right? And you're investing in that stock, and it's like, okay, the point of you investing in the stock is for you to get something back out of that investment. So it's not so much about it being, who owns the company and shit like that. Like for real, like it's about what you've invested. So where I'm going with this, where I'm going with this is that God is like the ultimate deliverer of whatever payout you're going to receive from how you are investing the energy of love in people, how you are investing the energy of truth. You being a sower of truth. So same thing, people who invest in deception for evil purposes, people who invest in ill will and evil eye and stuff like that. Like, you know, when you invest your money, you're looking to flip your money, to multiply your money. So when you invest love, when you invest truth, when you invest integrity and authenticity, God is gonna flip that. God is gonna multiply that. So these people who's been investing in being feisty, shady, fake, nasty, dirty, mean for no fucking reason, like God is gonna multiply that. Like this is why we got the double energy here. So if you're an empress, if you was already an empress and moving like an empress, if you're an emperor, you was already moving like an emperor, okay, and you stayed aligned and stayed in tune with that. Ultimately, you invested in that energy. Y'all know what stocks like. It can be good sometimes. It can not be so good sometimes. But it's about your consistency in that energy. So again, we're talking about like high vibrational energy. We're talking about the fruits of the spirit. Regardless of, the payout or whatever you was receiving, how some days it was good, some days it wasn't so good. At the end of the day, you know, you made a wise investment. Um, and it's so great. This is definitely confirmation. I had a client that had kind of like out of excitement had like blurted out loud. He just shared me. He was like, "Oh my God!" He was like, "These stocks blessing me today," and whatever. And it was just so random, but it was intentional by God at the same time because I feel like that's what we're experiencing as well in our own way or in God's own way with us. Um, so overall, if you've been investing in the fruits of the spirit, God is multiplying that. If people been investing in like causing towers unnecessarily, like um trying to stagnate and delay people, try to use people as like a ain't it crazy how there's a scripture that says that God will make your enemies your step stool or something like that. But these people try to like use you like to stand on you to come up, or they try to sell you out or sacrifice you to come up off you or come up off your energy. Or even y'all know uh y'all know that phrase, oh, don't build a man because you'll just be building him from another woman. Again, it's your investment. Okay, let's strip away the person. Let's strip away the people, the puppets, the costumes, okay, the vessels, the vehicles, okay? God can give you a new vehicle. God give you a better vehicle. God is the potter. This is all just clay, okay? So your investment, so there's this lyrics I wrote before, and I said, dang, how did I say it? I said, I'm bagging it up. I'm not running no bags. He bragging and bluffing, so I pulled my energy back. I don't exist for nothing. What I touch turned into gold. You can't take nothing from me. You can't take nothing from me because it's my energy that increased the value. You get where I'm going with this? So it's like, even if somebody called themselves like, so if this is, pertaining to somebody taking a person from you or a person that you invested in switching up on you, selling you out, or popping up and popping out with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And this was supposed to crush you. And even, maybe somebody wanted that phrase to be like some type of a haunting to you, like, oh, you built that man up for her, or you built that man up, you built that woman up for them. Um, your energy, if your energy is no longer attached or associated with the person, so do you get what I'm going with this? Like, if you had to take what somebody else built up and you were unsuccessful at building that yourself, how are you going to maintain what that other person built up in that person? Anybody want to? Should we have like a separate class on that? Like pop quiz, pop quiz. So what I say? Self-care in reverse. What I just said. Are you maintaining what collective built up? Or if collective built this person up and you successfully took this person, are you able to maintain? Can that person even maintain themselves? You got self-care in reverse. These are people, there's somebody here. There's somebody in this energy who wanted to disrupt whatever you got going on because they didn't want you to be able to take care of yourself. They didn't want you to be taken care of, be able to take care of yourself. Okay, there's somebody who's envious about your appearance and what you look like. There's somebody envious about your independence. Okay, this is somebody envious about you being able to self-maintain. Okay, envious of you being able to persevere. Okay, like Four of Swords in the reverse. Somebody who didn't want you to have rest. This somebody who wanted you to be exhausted and look like it. Like they invest a lot of time and a lot of words. It's given they invest a lot of words. Okay, um, in this, and y'all know for come on, like we know what world we're living in. Y'all know some people they went as far as investing in black magic. Okay, of all kinds, which is also gossip, backbiting, slander. Okay, trying to blur or ruin somebody's reputation, trying to affect how people see a person or how they treat a person. Okay, um, this is a violation to God, especially if the person that you're doing that to, whatever they're sharing, however they're showing up, okay, whatever they're presenting or whatever, being guided to do or say or be, and you're trying to be a roadblock to that person, you're being a roadblock to God. Um, I don't give a fuck if you. I don't give a damn if you say you not afraid to die. You're not afraid of jail. You're not afraid of this. You're not afraid of that. Like if you get in God's way, I get this is you. So you understand? This is a being who knows everything about you to the degree of knowing how many hairs you have on your head. Um, I'm pretty sure whatever tower moment will be customized for whatever person. Oh, it's gonna break you, baby. It's gonna break you. And these are people who move in this energy where they feel like they so powerful and they feel like they can break you or break a divine being or break an anointed. So we're talking about defiance, a defiant energy. Because if God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm, and your what literally drives you and motivates you is I'm gonna break this person. So you're not only gonna touch an anointed being, but you're determined to break that person. So you're gonna defy God. You're going to disobey God and not only touch that person or try to. Okay, here's a prime example with Job and why Job's story is so intricate to our lives. When Satan approached God and said, "Oh, the only reason he's so faithful to you, because mind you, Satan was unfaithful, disobedient, hey, whatever you want, everything, everything demonic, okay, that we see be expressed in people every day. But he, was too arrogant, haughty, prideful. He disobeyed God, right? Now, mind you, he's banned from certain privileges that you can only obtain through God, and that's something that he will never, experience again. Um, so you have somebody like Job. Obviously, he's jealous of Job. Like, damn, Job don't give no fucks about you. Like, he focused on God. He's focused on God and his investments and, investing love in every part of, who he is, which is somebody who was full of love. Okay. So much so that the light of that love, you know, helps him gain so much wisdom because of how attentive he is. Okay. How caring and compassionate he is for his loved ones, for the animals, for plants, nature, land. This is why his Not only was he blessed and given these things by God, but the reason why it was so well maintained is because of how much love he invests in that gratitude. So it's the fact that he has so much gratitude for what he does have, and he pours so much love and tenderness and care and nurture into that. So he maintains it. And just like a garden or nature in general, it's going to prosper, it's going to be abundant, it's going to continue to grow. That's why he had a lot of children. That's why he had a big family, friends, all that. Many stock, animals, right? He was very abundant. And was generous with that energy as well. Um, oh, he's only loyal to you, he's only faithful to you because you've given him all this stuff, right? So God basically allowed him to feel like, to do whatever he felt like he could do to prove that Job was not faithful. Um, and he said, you can do whatever except for kill him. Meaning, Job lost people that he loved. He was uh, spiritually abused by people that he cared for. He experienced the death of children. He um, experienced loss of abundance. Okay, he lost his health. Okay, he got really really sick. Okay, towards the end of that trial and tribulation, even to the point of his, the love of his life, turning, like, completely betraying him and betraying God. Like, let's not forget that it was beyond her just betraying him. She betrayed God and tried to convince him to also betray God. 21:12. Why don't you just curse God so things could be better for us? Huh? Naked I came into this world, naked I shall leave. Naked as in before I had you, bitch. Them friends, those cattle, my children that I love so dearly. All of this at the beginning and at the end, there will be God. So this is given. So this also includes times where you went through times of confusion and obscurity. That was intentional. These are people who wanted you to feel like um your, like, there was something off about your discernment, or your discernment was turned off, or God was not present, or God was not speaking, God was not showing up, God was allowing these things to happen to you. Like, okay, okay, and Job had a very vulnerable moment where he questioned God. Like, what did I do? Like, why are you allowing this? Like, why are you, like, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? And even after him, like, these are reasonable and rational questions to ask. Just like we would ask somebody in real time, like people, if they do something, yo, like, why would you do that? So here's the thing about having understanding, about really understanding God, and that God is not like man, right? All of these things are understandable. Of course, you will question, um, knowing that you're upright, that you've been upright. Okay. Of course, you're going to question who you know more than anybody else, or who you trust more than anybody else. Why are these things happening to me? Like, what did I do? Like, I'm doing this in honor of you, God. I'm living like this. It's every part of me. It's every bit of who I am. You know, I love you. Like, why is this happening to me? I love you. Okay. Um, and even amidst the intentional deception, okay, the weapon of illusion, okay, and shadows and all of that, he still came to himself. And here's another thing that we have to keep in mind about the Bible in totality. And we know that most Bible copies is that's not the full Bible. We do know that. But the Bible in totality and everybody's different stories, it's all of them in one. In each and in our lives. Some people pass the test, some people fail. Some people manage to get to a certain level. Some people get to a certain level and surpass that level. Some people descend. Ascension, descension. right? So, with that being said, Job passed the test. He had his moment, it's like you literally, it's almost like critical thinking. Like he's having critical thinking with God. Like he's willing to, he's not so stuck up that he can't listen or provide space for his friends to attempt to provide counsel. But he's also not so delusional that he's just going to cast aside his own understanding just because they are in unison with feeding him bullshit and kicking him while he's down because they've been secretly envious anyway. That part. So, of course, why not refer back to what kind of understanding and wisdom, Akasha, energy were you tapping into before these people? And this was the prodigal son moment that Job, that was the whole point of me mentioning all those stories collectively in one, meaning he wasn't a prodigal son, but he's God's son. The purpose of the prodigal son and his father, okay, that's an example of us and God. So the prodigal son, for example, okay, he went off and how they described it, he went and was working in, basically he took on some work and some jobs that was technically beneath him. He didn't have to do it, but he felt like he needed to, prove something, but eventually he realized his worth and where he comes from, you feel me? And he went back, that's the story of the prodigal son. And his father, he didn't hunt him down, he didn't project no negative energy onto him, wish him ill will, and try to terrorize his life with spell work and stuff like that to force him to come back. Some of y'all experience that too with karmic family, karmic family, karmic partners and stuff. Putting things in your path, willing to work with people to make your life more difficult unnecessarily to try and control you, try and control your direction, redirect you to them. Okay, they rather, do things behind the scenes and manipulate shit instead of just having an honest conversation. Instead of just being accountable for their actions and how they showed up with you and why you even walked away in the first place. Okay? Or why the separation is in place in the first place. So these were people who was willing to participate or partake in evil arrangements with others or with your enemies or who became an enemy to you with other people who are your enemies because they wanted to redirect you to them to avoid accountability. But anyway, going back to the prodigal. So he received his son with open arms, right? So you have the wisdom to know that no matter what goes on, no matter whom you're in connection to, and if they switch up, you can always run back to God. You can always go to God. No matter what, no matter what's going on, you gonna go to God. Like that's just how you operate. I'm gonna go to God about everything. Okay, y'all doing this. Okay, this happening again. Okay, that happened. What? Y'all gonna do that too? But I'm gonna go to God regardless. I'm gonna keep going to God. I'm keep going to God. These were people who was waiting for you to run to something that would degrade your energy, something that would basically get you rejected by God. Like these are people who thought that their rejection was going to cause you to self-sabotage so that you can ultimately be rejected by God and be rejected from your blessings and your Akashic records and shit like that. Huh? That's 3113. I love the multiples. Tell me why I pulled two towers on a motherfucker just a little while ago. Who? I'm gonna tell you. Let's say this person was in alignment with Joe's wife in my life. Okay. Um, they call themselves betraying me, and betraying God, and thought that their actions were going to push me to the point of betraying God with them. Why you got two towers going on right now? In the Five of Cups. What going on over there? What going on with it? We want to talk about it? Okay, I think they want to talk about it. think they want to talk about it collectively. Like, should we talk about it? Should we talk about it? Because somebody's soul is crying. So let's talk about it. I can't remember if this is the deck that I kept seeing in my mind's eye. But there's a deck that kept coming out in my mind's eye. You got the strength card here, okay? How about let's put that out there before we move on to the next deck. Strength in the upright. That card. Mhm. Yeah. Oh, y'all. I'm channeling that song. Here I am. I'm telling y'all, like, y'all definitely shifted into a whole nother energy. Okay, because of your boundaries. Okay. Heavy emphasis on your boundaries, non-negotiables. But the song, "Here I Am," I used to love that song when I was younger. I gotta look at her, just when I'm on her. Ding, ding, ding. She can be my lady, she can be my lover. Come be on a late night, yeah, but he ain't acting right. He's a superwoman, he's a superman. Here I am. You are the head. Mm-mm. 31 is here again. I gently but decisively welcome change. So there's energies who wants to submit to you. These are people who did everything in their power to get you to submit to their control, to submit to their delusions. Especially, I'm even hearing like delusions about God, like delusions about. I'm hearing order, like the order of things. Somebody had a very distorted perception around God. So this would be somebody who was genuinely confused about God. There was definitely a lot of people that they were listening to or adhering to. Like this, so again, so going back to how Job, even though he allowed space for these people in his lives to like, give their opinion or their attempt at counsel that was unsound. This is why God talks about sound and unsound counsel, or why God even makes it a point to say sound counsel. Damn, what the hell? And discernment. Why is discernment so important? You need to be able to discern between truth and deception. And it is truth that sets you free, and deception that puts you in bondage. That what it is? Okay. You good? That what it is? I think that's what it is. Uh, I'm hearing God's only saving the best, alas, your future best, and lay your past. I think that's Yolanda Adams and Don McClure. I'm about to butcher him. But best for last, okay. That's the channel message, channel song. Oh, y'all, let me tell you one of my Oh, this song always made me cry. I'm not gonna cry now, but this song used to always make me cry when I was younger. I listened to the song. But it's a song called I Speak Life. Um, but it's so this card that says the head, this is why I'm thinking about this song. Because in the song it was like, I speak life, you're gonna live. Oh, my brother, my sister, I speak life. You are the head and not the tail. You will prevail. I speak life. Don't give up the fight for your life. You shall live and not die. I love that song. That's still one of my favorite songs in the entire world. It's such a beautiful song. Like that song automatically sends you into praise and worship. Automatically sends you into praise and worship. Okay, because it ministers to like it don't matter. It, It don't matter what version of yourself you are right now, what's going on. Like that's a song that definitely is going to minister to your situation. So I speak life. I want to say I don't know if that's Hezekiah Walker. I don't think that's Hezekiah Walker. It could be in France. Is it Hezekiah Walker in France or something like that? Yeah, but I speak life. So you're somebody who speak life. Huh. The power of the tongue. And you got a snake right here while we're talking about it. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Okay. So again, however, however you speak life or death, the fruits of your labor, as well as these people who have shown up as enemies to innocent people, okay? Um, we're receiving the harvest of whatever we've spoken life or death to. Simple. So this is giving like if you're speaking death to something that you should not, that you should be speaking life into, or if you're speaking life into something you should be speaking death to, your harvest is going to reflect that. Our harvests are reflecting that now. Okay. People who are evading happiness. Mm, I'm about to read that card. No, I'm about to read it. Wow, do you got how do I open the book up to this page, y'all? And it's a different card. Self evasion, evading happiness. I'm telling y'all, like these are people who realize that they've been self sabotaging themselves, but the goal was for you to self sabotage. Okay, by constantly trying to create some type of inner pain for you. Okay, or constantly have you experiencing some type of inner pain. These people are stuck in this inner pain energy, like especially with this being a door. Whatever they thought was a level up. Mm, child. Anyway, so 19. Oh, I love how they do this because this is my first time reading this book. Hold on now, y'all got the numbers on here. What? Because okay, numbers at the top. I was about to say that's a bit much. Um. Okay. Evading happiness. Okay, so you know how to create your own peace of mind. Okay. So ain't that something? Like people going out of their way to disrupt your peace by external circumstances, but you mastered knowing how to create your own peace or create a peace of mind within yourself. Okay. So you're prepared for battle. It says, I am the energy of sorrow, representing pain and distress. When I am with you, contentment looks like an impossible quest. And to attain it, I make you believe you need to be perfect in heart and soul. My energy is hurtful and creates pessimism, impatience, and fatalism. I may have been with you for a very long time since you were a child or as a result of painful life experiences, and I caused you to think that happiness lies outside of you. However, happiness is an inner construction that flows from you. Supplement. The more you've experienced unhappiness, the more you fear the opposite. Because a part of you is conditioned to fear what you don't know. You may consider happiness as a dangerous and destabilizing thing, and I protect you from that by keeping you in your comfort zone so you're reassured. You prefer to keep happiness at bay rather than run the risk of losing it, but it is hope and love. It's knowing your needs and seeing them fully met at every level. Warning, happiness is something personal that you build. It's moments you experience within yourself and doesn't depend on external conditions or other people, just on you. You amplify or share it with others. Nobody is happy all the time, and there's an infinity of shades between happiness and misery. Focus on yourself and don't shy away from good things. You don't have to experience or do extraordinary things to be joyful. You only need to feel good about yourself. So going back to that competitive energy, like these people who were constantly trying to destabilize you, okay, to create some type of continual inner pain with you, hoping that this will slow you down, or give them a leg up, okay, give them the opportunity to surpass you, okay, or to appear like they're better than you, they're doing better than you, you're not doing as good as them, like this is what it's giving. So but you've mastered creating your own peace of mind. These are people who are not at peace with themselves. I don't care what they're trying to convince the world externally. These are people who are not at peace with themselves. These are people, mm, these would be energies who are very pessimistic, or they was definitely projecting this pessimism onto you. Okay. They was projecting impatience onto you. These are people who are impatient with their journey. These are people who are impatient with God. Okay, impatient with their abundance, impatient with some type of success here. Um, and they wanted you to experience some type of fatalities, especially like back to back. Like they wanted you to experience like consecutive fatalities, okay, to destabilize you mentally, especially when in the face of positive connections and opportunities. Okay. It's almost like they wanted you to become fearful because of consecutive trials and tribulations, or people constantly trying to destabilize you and stuff like that. They wanted you to be in this energy where you will begin to repel the good in life as well. Okay. All right. So make sure y'all can hear me. All right. So this is the energy that they're in. They're feeling pessimistic, impatient. Whatever that they're dealing with, they're going to be dealing with it for a very long time. Okay, and again, this is because these are seeds that they've sown. This was energy that they were projecting. Okay. Okay. So there's something about you building your happiness over time. Okay, you could be somebody who invests like actions and words and counsel into people with the intentions to build their happiness. So again, this is your harvest. Happiness is your harvest, is what I'm saying here. Mhm. Mhm. But these people who constant so there's something about these people trying to block out misery at all costs, okay, and heavy emphasis on denial, projection, and I don't know why this is given like I'm hearing the word yearning, but this is given like because they don't face um whatever are the causes of their misery head on and actually do the work required, do their shadow work, okay, retreat when they need to, okay, be honest with themselves, be honest with others, okay, because they don't do that type of work like you do. That's how you create your own peace of mind, because they do everything to avoid the tough conversations instead of having the tough conversations, okay. mm okay. And trying to control it, okay, so that they don't have to be in the hot don't have to be in the hot seat. Okay. These are people. Imagine fighting so desperately for the spotlight and being attention seeking, but you don't want to be in a hot seat about shit that you're going to be held accountable for regardless. Like, it's, yeah. Anyway, whether here or there. And what I mean by there is you might want to deal with it while you got a body. Because who knows how this going to go when you check out. Regardless, you got to face it. So, ain't no way around it. I'm hearing that song. Ain't no way around it. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Yeah. So being so heavily focused on you, it didn't pay out like they thought it would. Okay. Didn't pay out. Man. Ain't that something for you to be so focused on you and simultaneously, okay, focused on God? It's almost like to you, collective, for y'all gonna feel me when I say this. To you, focusing on you looks like you focusing on God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. hmm Yeah. But these people who were volunteered enemies, it's like focusing on you was supposed to be them focusing on God. By you being an example, I don't know why this is giving like somebody who think they so smart, but they not smart at all. They weren't smart enough to understand that. Um, yeah. Okay. Like you admire collective for a reason, child. Okay. You are obsessing over this person for a reason, child. But it's not collective's light and luminescence, and it's that's not what has you here. Okay. That's not what has you here. What has you here is God shining God's light on that person's continent. It's scripture. Okay? For you fake ass, churchy, spiritual ass people. These are people who went out of their way to prove that they're spiritual. They're more spiritual than you. They're more intuitive than you. They go to church and they're religious and they're sharing scriptures and posting scriptures and their pictures with the scripture and stuff like that. But they don't know God. They don't understand the scriptures. Something my Scorpio mother used to always tell me growing up was to ask God for understanding before you read that Bible. Pray for understanding. Meaning anybody can read anything. It doesn't even have to just be biblical text. Anybody can read anything. And the understanding, overstanding of whatever they're reading can go completely over their head. Just because you read it don't mean you comprehend. Ain't that something? This is giving like people who call themselves, oh, they've been studying you, but they still don't comprehend you. Oh, interesting. Because you're fearfully and wonderfully made, maybe? That's so you're gonna naturally attract wonder. Okay. This is why they fear you, but they want you to fear them. They're trying to do a little switcheroo. They want you to fear them. Okay, they're stuck in wonder and disbelief and confused as to why these scare tactics, okay, are not driving you in the direction that they need you to go in, like in order for their false narrative of you and their slander, okay, to be validated. Oh, I'm about to get out of here. Oh my god, I'm not trying to troll. I'm really not. But this is even giving like trolls, people who call themselves troll you. Okay, I'm gonna do another reading because I've been getting like y'all know I've been gone for a minute. I've been getting like a few channel messages, and I don't think they're all coming out right now. But anyway, moving forward to create a different relationship with me that leads to happiness, you need to understand your needs. Regularly ask yourself what they are now. Then think about the actions steps you can take to satisfy them. So there's people who wants a second chance you collective. Okay. They had you confused. They want to do over. They feel like they misunderstood you. They definitely misunderstood the assignment. Okay. Shaking my head. Golly. Mm. Y'all, it's time for me to get my nails done. I gotta figure out what color I want. I don't know if I want to do pink or green. Anyway, um, should I do money green or should I do pink? I don't know. But anyway, so there's people who long to create a different relationship with you. Okay, that leads to happiness for them. Like, so these are people who are unhappy, or these are people who contributed to creating some type of unhappiness for you. Like that was the type of relationship, or that's what they did when they had access to you. Okay, they were more focused on creating unhappiness with you or in your life. Okay, but they want a second chance. to create a different relationship with you. Okay. But so there's something about people, you only creating relationships moving forward with people who understand their own needs. Not only understand their own needs, but they have the capability, the comprehension, and the active listening skills to also understand your needs. Okay. Now, this is also given like by means of just being attentive as well. Okay. Like not you having to say or tell every little thing, or even in what you do share verbally, them not weaponizing that against you, okay, or weaponizing your vulnerability against you because of the people that they've been raised by. Okay, so this is also giving um anybody who wants a genuine connection with you for real, like something that's beyond like work and stuff like that. um Shit, even work. These are people who are going to have to master boundaries in their own lives. Like boundaries when it comes to people that they connect with or give access to. I am getting there is somebody who is setting boundaries, okay, with a certain friend group, relatives, some karmic individuals in their lives whom they allow to inject some type of poison, okay, some type of venomous energy that these people were containing, like their inner pain, especially with this snake here, to evade like some type of happiness or invade some type of happiness here, the potentiality of happiness in a relationship that they could have had with you. Okay. So let me make sure I'm articulating myself thoroughly. There was somebody who was connected to you, who was connected to others who were karmic, who were injecting these people that they were connected to was injecting their venomous energy from their unhealed inner pain. Okay. They're them failing to take accountability on their end of wherever they've cultivated this pain. Okay. Into the relationship with you and this person. Okay. um and so what started off as happiness or something that was very pure and innocent, it became something very toxic because of outside unsound counsel. This was somebody who was supposed to use discernment. Okay. Just like Job. Yeah, these were Job's friends. Yeah, this was Job's wife. But Job is the prime example of why you should be adhering to what God instilled in you above all else. Anyway, and it's so crazy how these people had such a strong opinion in Job's life, but Job was the breadwinner. Job was the source of the abundance for them. And obviously, God was the source of abundance for Job, but for these people connected to him, he was the source of abundance. Okay, that's what it's giving. That's the energy. Yep. hmm Regularly ask yourself what they are now, later, then, in the future. Regularly check in with self, regularly do introspection, regularly tap in with that person, tap in with the people that you claim you want to remain, you want to keep access with. Regularly ask yourself what they are now, then think about the action, the steps you can take to satisfy them. Mm. You may need to undergo therapy to create a new relationship with your wounds and make some important decisions and implement many changes. But you can build your happiness through activities such as taking a nap, okay, self care, taking a nap, sharing a moment with someone you love, feeling a lovely ray of sunshine, listening to a child laughing or dancing in the rain. Now, when I say that's how you know somebody is very pure hearted, like, or there's an innocence to them that is still lively within them. When just hearing children be children and just play and laugh and enjoy themselves. And that it lightens you up. You know what I'm saying? It's a mood booster for you, like a positive mood booster. Like that's how you know, like no, there's some innocence, there's some purity, retained in that person's heart. Yeah. hmm All right, y'all. So we're gonna close out. Um, I am gonna do another reading for you guys, some different cards. We're just gonna see what else come out because this is really, really long. Um, so anyway, I'll see you guys next time.